Samantha. Welcome back to my channel. So we obviously have a very, like the most exciting video ever. This might not be such a surprise to you guys because I've already announced this on Instagram and TikTok and those like went like crazy. But if for some reason this is the first time you're hearing and finding out, surprise, I'm pregnant. It sounds so weird to say to like the camera, you know, like this is just something that is new for sure to be like in this setting and like talking this way, but it's obviously not new to me that I'm pregnant because I am very pregnant. Very much pregnant. So this is such an exciting chapter in my life, and I think it's like the perfect time to come back to YouTube and really bring you guys along for the journey. I would love to have everything captured for memories as well as share it with you guys. And like as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I was trying to find as much content online as I could of like pregnancy vlogs, etc. Just to like get me excited, just to feel like I'm in it with someone. And I don't know, there was like not really a ton that I was specifically loving for me, so we're gonna do them. So hopefully this helps someone out in the future. Maybe you watch my pregnancy vlogs like years from now. Maybe you're pregnant now and you're excited to have a friend along for the journey, or if you are just interested and want to follow along with my life, that is amazing and awesome. Welcome. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. You guys haven't met my boyfriend Francisco yet, so I'm gonna bring him in here in a little bit and then we're gonna answer your questions. But I just thought it would be a good idea to do a sit down addressing all of the questions, let you guys meet him, and then we can get into our like weekly vlogs. I'm so excited, especially because it's a little bit farther along now where it's really time to get things going and moving and prepared, and I'm showing, so now it's like exciting, like I'm visually pregnant, you know? So everything is so fun and exciting. I can't wait to bring you guys along. I'm gonna go get Francisco and we'll jump right into the questions. So here he is. Introduce yourself, tell them your name, where you're from, some interesting facts, I don't know.
My name is Francisco Escobar from Colombia. I've been in New York for 10 years. I came for a scholarship, do track and field. I've been doing track and field my whole life, and a pole vaulter. I don't know if you guys know what is a pole vaulter. And I've been doing it since I was a kid. I came to New York as a model. Then I was happy with modeling, but I always wanted to study in America, looking for a scholarship. And then I was lucky enough that I got one. And then I started studying, and then time went past. I've been finishing my school. That's pretty much it.
And he's Mr. World 2013, right? 2013?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was between school. Yeah, I went for fun and totally enjoyed it.
And he won?
Got lucky that I won.
So I think the first question that we should answer is, how did we meet? When did we meet? Where did we meet? So we'll tell you the story. I hate telling the story so many times. It's great, but like when you say it so many times, it's like it feels annoying. It was great. Basically, I say it was like love at first sight. Because I was upset. I knew it. I don't know if he knew it yet, but I knew it. As the first time I saw his face, I was like, you know what?
It was dark. You couldn't even see my face.
That's the whole point. Dark. So basically, this is February. This is February last year during, it was the end of Fashion Week.
This year.
This year.
It feels like it's been longer.
This year. Me, my sister, and our friend Michael, we were like going to different bars and clubs and stuff. And then we went to like one club and they were like trying to make Michael, the guy we were with, pay. The guy that told me to go to like this club was like, no, please go to Little Sister. Like, don't worry, like don't pay, like just go to this different club. I've never been to this club, Little Sister. I did not want to go. I was just annoyed and it was so late at night. I was like, fine. So we pull up to Little Sister at like, what time do you think it was?
3 something, 3:15.
Yeah, super late. So there was like not really anyone in the club, but when I walked in, I just saw him and his friend at a table.
But I think it was the only table in the club too. It was,
I mean, it was like,
was almost empty.
It's like, it was in line with walking in. But yeah, there was not a lot of people there. But I saw 2 guys with all of these bottles of tequila. It was very interesting. So I'm like, obviously you have tequila to share, so we're gonna go over there. So I went over there and it's so dark, can't see anything. So me and my sister start talking to them. And when we were talking in the club, I like knew you were tall and definitely handsome.
You came with your sister and I could see like they were really cool, very nice. I couldn't really see their faces. The club was closing. I think it was like 3:30 and I was like, look, let's go outside and talk. So we came out and then I see her face, her eyes, and I'm like, oh wow. That was jackpot in the club.
It honestly, everything happened for a reason. So basically, like, they were with a bunch of people. It was his friends, like, last night in New York. So that's why they went out. They normally wouldn't be out.
We never go to clubs, my friend. I haven't seen him in like 4 years. So we were like, look, you're only in New York for 2 nights. What can we do? Like, let's go and drink and have fun. So that's what we did Wednesday. And then the last night, Thursday, we had this big crowd. Everybody left. And I'm like, I feel like I have to stay in the club waiting for some jackpot. No, we just stayed drinking because we wanted to share some time together. And then you walked in.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been there because I didn't even want to go to that club. It was only because I didn't get into somewhere else. You could have left to the after party with your other friends, or like it could have been a different day that he was leaving or something, whatever. So we walked outside, and that was the first time I saw his face in the light outside of the club, and I was like, and he was so tall and handsome and beautiful, and it was so awesome because we were getting along anyway. Yeah, and then he opened the car door to my Uber for me and kissed me.
Yeah, that was very smooth. I don't even know how we kissed. We weren't even that close. You felt like someone that I knew for some reason. I don't know, like, it was kind of magic. And at that time I was like very chill with my friend. We were like, you know, it's just about you and me, nothing else. And you came and changed the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that was special.
Leo is here, by the way, so if you hear him making these noises, that's what's going on. So yeah, that's our love story. But when people ask, that's why I don't really like telling the story, because when people ask, it's like, oh, where'd you meet? And we're like, oh, like at a club, you know? So like that sounds like not as sweet as like the real story. It was basically at Coachella when we were going around places, and then people were like, is that your boyfriend? And we hadn't like had a conversation really about that yet, but it was obvious that like we were not interested in like seeing other people. So I needed, after the first day of Coachella, I really needed to figure this out. So that
put the spot, like, stop there. And that was very nice that you wanted to speak. And be like, so where are we? Because we had no friends.
So what are we?
We here in the same room. I thought that was very nice that we spoke that day.
Yeah.
Because that cleared a lot of things out. We were definitely more like best friends in the beginning because she was so cool. She was all the time like, let's do this, let's do that. She brought this side of me that maybe I stopped, but she wake up a lot of things. That was very nice, like very spontaneous moments. Let's go here, let's go there.
Let's get into these questions. Were you trying to have a baby, or was it a great accident? You look so happy. Thank you. And thank you to people that sent messages like that. It's okay to be curious, but some of them were like, was it an accident? What made you want to keep the baby? So basically, from that story, we just like, we're immediately like so into each other. And I don't know, like I said, I just knew from the beginning, I was like, I will marry this man. This is it for me. I will have his babies. So that's where I was at. And then I think that I kind of...
You told me stuff like that, and I'm like, how are you so secure about all of these? But I was feeling the same, but you just came so beautifully, saying beautiful things to me and saying like, I don't know, I've never met someone like you, and that was very special, and you gave me this security from the beginning, because I was definitely feeling it like that, but not to like spoke about it right away.
It was just, everything was just so magical, and I was just like, this is it. Like, so basically it wasn't like planned, like we never were like, let's try to have a baby, but we know how a baby is made and what you have to do to not have a baby, and we didn't do those things. It was a surprise that I was pregnant, but it wasn't like a surprise in the way where it's like, oh my gosh, like how did this happen? Like we knew how it happened because we were not trying. But the thing is that
we thought she was pregnant. I went to a job, I think, in Texas. You didn't get your period for like 3 weeks or so, I don't know.
Yeah, I basically missed my period for the first time ever in my life. For the first time I've ever taken the risk. So I was like, oh, I'm for sure pregnant. And then I took all these pregnancy tests, not pregnant. Went to the doctor because I was like, what's going on? She's like, you're not pregnant. And then I was like, damn, because maybe we were traveling so much, and like he's super fit, so we were like working out a lot together. Like those kind of things can make you lose your period. So I was like, I just lost my period. I accepted it because I was just really sad that I wasn't pregnant, you know? And so I wouldn't like take another pregnancy test because I was like, I can't have a baby. I'm just broken right now.
I think she took like 3 or 4 when I was in Texas. And
then in Miami, we took pregnancy tests over like 3 weeks. So there was like a week before when you were gone, a week when we were together, and then I got my boobs done. So I had to get a pregnancy test before I had that surgery. So again, I was not pregnant. So I didn't even like take any pregnancy tests after that or assume I was pregnant when I really was, because of all those negative tests.
I remember that because we went to Colombia, Cartagena, and I don't think I met you do a test because I got sick with seafood. I start throwing up, never do. And then the next day she started throwing up. I'm like, you're such a copycat.
But in reality, I probably was sick. But I remember that trip, I was like, I felt so tired, like I could not get up and do something. Like I didn't want to do anything really. So we probably should have taken a test then, but yeah, we didn't. And then basically, so question, how did I find out I was pregnant? So like leading up, also the reasons why I didn't know I was pregnant was because I just got my boobs done. So the size, like them growing and like the soreness of them, I just thought was from my surgery, not from me being pregnant. Also that I was like, if I already lost my period before, you know, then having a surgery on my body, that also can affect my body. I probably not getting my period again either. But basically we were working out like so consistent. We were going to Pilates like almost every single day. We were eating really healthy. I had a shoot for my brand in a week. So I was preparing for it. And then I'm finally shooting and I like feel so bloated and like gross and like I don't know my body. His friend was the photographer. So while I'm on set and he wasn't there, also because my boobs, I didn't mean to like, I was like, why are my boobs so big? Like this wasn't what I was going for. They were like big and then like I was bloated, but I shouldn't have been. I was eating so healthy and working out. I was just so stressed and emotional. I like started crying on set. And then when he came, his friend, the photographer, was kind of told him like, you should probably take a pregnancy test. And
I don't know why we ignore it.
I know.
Even in Colombia, I asked you, we should do a pregnancy test. And she was like, no, I don't want to do it again because I didn't.
I know, it just made me so sad every time. So when we went back to the apartment after this shoot, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a pregnancy test. I just bought one, but I bought it because I was looking up online like symptoms of pregnancy, and I literally had like every single one. So then I took that pregnancy test and it was positive, and it was like this is a no doubt positive. Like it was turning in my hand. So of course when we found out that I was pregnant, I was completely scared. I was so scared because I was like, what did I do? Like how far along am I? Like I had no idea, because obviously like we had just been in Cabo for my birthday. We were drinking. We like saw a doctor like right away, but I didn't know much. Like basically everything online tells you like, yeah, no, basically your kid is gonna be messed up. So I was so freaked out, and the first person that I saw was like this just random ultrasound tech, and she was like giving me faces like, ooh, you know, like making me feel so horrible. But it took like a week of us like really like talking to people. I
mean, I have friends that have kids that's almost the same age, and he was like, man, what people did in the 70s, in the 80s, like nobody can do tests, it wasn't easy to buy a pregnancy test or anything. We're like, you're right.
So then we saw like other doctors that are really better, and she was like, it's okay, like, you know, just moving forward, obviously, like make sure you take the prenatals and blah blah. And now by the time this video goes up, I'll be 22 weeks. So at my 20-week ultrasound, like that's when like you see if the ears are in place. He was out of town, but we got all the photos and they were amazing. See if the ears go in place normal, like has all 5 fingers and 5 toes on each hand, and the brain is good, so everything looks great and healthy.
The funny part was that you passed the hardest part of pregnancy without us knowing, and that's what the doctors say. We're like, no, you guys passed like the hardest part where you can get a miscarriage and all of that. Like you guys already passed the hardest part. And like, if
I knew I was pregnant and I was feeling that nauseous, I would be so dramatic and like so horrible to be around. Probably I'd be like, stop, I'm gonna throw up, just because I just thought it was like a me problem and not anyone else's. I didn't want to bother anyone with it. I just like sucked it up.
You did so good, because even in Cartagena I made her walk, I made her go tears, go ahead there, like all excited, let's walk at the beach, and just like, I'm feeling a little tired, so I'm like, okay baby, we stay home. But yeah, didn't realize she was pregnant. Oh.
But obviously since we found out that I was pregnant, been eating very good, obviously no bad things, taking all the proper vitamins, and baby seems to be healthy, so I'm very happy about that. What have you missed most since getting pregnant? How about, what do you miss about me or like doing with me? Obviously it'd be like drinking stuff or...
I think just the spontaneous thing of not having worries about anything. Let's just go and have fun, that kind of vibe. So that was very nice, and you were always very spontaneous and down for, I don't know, anything, like fun things, but like anything. Like I was like, let's go here, let's go there, and she was down to just go and do it. So So that was nice. Now she's still down, but now it's more.
Yeah. So like definitely I missed in the beginning like the social part of it. Like I couldn't just like, I just didn't enjoy myself in the social settings that I used to because I would just be drinking in them, you know? And so now that I'm not, and when I couldn't tell people I was pregnant yet, it just was so not fun for me to like go anywhere basically. And it sucks too because I don't have like the energy or care to like do my makeup and do my hair, and like that's like the whole thing of like my job basically. But when I do go to these events, like now that I'm past like the like dependency on alcohol, I feel like so confident when I talk to people. If I talk to strangers, like I'm not nervous, I'm not overthinking, I'm not thinking I say anything stupid. I'm just like super confident in the conversation and I love it. So that's really nice. It's a really good experience to
you don't need
learn about yourself. Favorite thing about each other / something you hope the baby gets from the other person. This is also a question. We do know the gender. We've told like friends the gender, but we're just keeping it from you guys, I guess, until we decide we want to share. I think once I have my baby shower and we vlog that, then I'll reveal it to you guys. But yeah, so what's like the #1 thing about me that you hope that the baby has?
Of course, first let's start with the outside, the beautiful face, eyes, and your personality. You are a very secure person, and it's insane and impressive that you always know what you want, and that's, I think, it's a gift when you know what you want or what your talent is, because you can just go for it and do it. And that's Amanda, and I think she also wake up those things on me. So I hope the baby get that energy that is full and full of like positive things, and you know, you go after your goal like you always do.
Thanks. I think, well, so basically he's just good at everything, but he's also so sweet. So like if you wanted to be a model, you're great. If you wanted to be an actor, you'd be great. He's an athlete, you know, like if you wanted to continue being an athlete, you'd be great. I just know that our baby is going to be great at whatever they want to do. But you're like the kindest person I've ever met. Yeah, so he literally is just so sweet all the time. Like I'm someone that gets like stressed out and overwhelmed and frustrated, and he just doesn't have any of those things. He's just always nice to people, always calm, collected, chill. I think that I've learned a lot of that from you, so I really like that about you, and I hope the baby has that too. Main location y'all will live here in LA. Have you been to Colombia? We went to Colombia, we went to Cartagena together, but I haven't been to where he's from. How's my Spanish? Oh, and there was questions like, are you gonna teach the baby Spanish? So I was trying to learn Spanish before, but then we went to Panama and Colombia, and I really thought I was gonna be like using my Spanish, but it just was like, no, you talk. And it's not even just because he knows Spanish and I was just learning, but because he's so much more outgoing with strangers than I am. So it doesn't even matter that it was Spanish and I needed him to speak for me. I was like, you're just you, like you speak for me, like. But basically finding out that I'm pregnant, the baby's gonna know Spanish too, just because if we're teaching the baby words, like if it was up to you, you would teach the baby just Spanish.
Probably you're gonna speak to the baby in Spanish and you in English.
I'm gonna learn when the baby learns. So if you're teaching like, oh, like the baby learned this word, then I will know that word. I'll be learning. How did our family react to the pregnancy?
I didn't tell them that she was really pregnant. I just told them like, we think she is. And they were like, my mom screamed right away. I was like, what? Like, no. Like, I feel like for Latin people, this is a big deal. And like,
so definitely your parents were very excited. My mom was like, I was talking to my mom when I like found out, and I was like kind of freaking out about it. I just remember like she just started crying, and she was like, I was like in like your old room, and I was just like imagining it as a nursery, and like, you know, I didn't want to say this because I didn't want to be selfish, but I would want nothing more but to be a grandmother. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's it, this is happening. And then my mom was like, you have to tell your dad. But I called my dad and I told him, and he was like, oh wow, okay, cool. I mean, he was just like unfazed, really. I don't know. I think he's happy though. It was not anything bad at all. As more time goes by, I've like learned that this is actually like so exciting for them, because my mom had me at 35. So if I were to have like a kid that late too, I feel like my parents would be like so much older and they wouldn't have like so much time to have grandchildren and like enjoy that time with them. Once we reveal the gender, we'll need your help with names, because we're having a issue here where he doesn't really like unique American names. Basically, he wants it to be like a beautiful name that like goes with the Spanish language.
No, not that goes, but at least people can pronunciate in a way that is not so difficult to pronunciate. And we can't come to terms on something, but we've just kind of been, anytime we talk about it, we just kind of shut down the conversation because it's not working. But maybe once we reveal the gender and you guys can help us like pick a name, definitely
we'll talk more. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We are so excited. I'm so happy you got to meet Francisco, and our little journey, or big journey to becoming a little family, is just now getting started with you guys. So after this, we'll start vlogging and bring you guys along. We vlogged in Europe, where I of course was pregnant. I was hiding my pregnancy. I don't know if, let us know if you want to see that vlog, but I'm kind of just thinking like way more exciting baby stuff is happening right now, that we just like, let's just film like this fun stuff. So let us know what you guys think, and we'll get working on some more vlogs for you guys. So excited, and thanks for watching. Bye.
Thank you.